Hey YouTube, this is Grant. I'm just making a video. I wanted to update you on what happened with that card I got on eBay. So I had purchased a card on eBay. I was feeling like it was fake, so I decided to finally take it into my LGS. I took it to one of the largest card stores game shops in Portland, Oregon. It's a place called Guardian Games. They're awesome. They're fantastic. And I took it to the counter. The employee took a look at it. He asked for a second opinion, and he said that it looks like it's just been played a little bit. And he said it felt fine, everything looked fine. And then finally, he decided that he wanted to see that. He's like, "Oh, can I see the back real fast?" And he's like, "Honestly, this is giving me like a weird feeling. I think it might be fake." And he got the second opinion. He's like, "Yeah, there's these things are sticking out," and it was really good. Like he wasn't 100% sure. So I just decided to rip it. I tore it, and it had like a plastic covering on it. And then beside that, the center was a black core, so it was fake. After that, the employee asked if he could keep the card because he wanted it in reference. And basically, because he told me that he would see himself actually having that go into his buy list. Like, he thinks that he could actually pay somebody, especially if it was mixed in. Like, if I brought him a bunch of cards that were absolutely real and, like, stashed a couple of those fake ones in there, he wouldn't know. And they would end up losing money by buying counterfeits and potentially reselling counterfeits, too, which is pretty scary. And I touched into what you guys think about, you know, counterfeits and whether you think they're okay, if you're okay with people playing proxies. Um, but I really wanted to continue the discussion and ask how you guys think about what would you think if Magic the Gathering decided to create a reprint set where they had all of your favorite cards, the cards that you've been wanting to get your hands on, and what they do is keep these cards as collectibles for people that collect cards, like me. So you have like your Yawgmoth. It's got the sets from Modern Horizons, and then maybe with the new sets, give it like a colored border. Like they did gold borders before, or silver borders, but maybe just do gold borders on this side. Have the backs look exactly the same, or even have like a different set symbol for the reprints, and just reprint en masse all the cards that people want. Because I know a lot of people who aren't even in the tournament scene would love to get a Jace the Mind Sculptor for their deck. Or maybe they need fetch lands because they have a really, really cool 3-color deck that they want to build. Or they love this Cons of Tarkir deck that they used to have, but it's just too slow with their mana base, and they don't want to spend a fortune on getting fetch lands in order for their deck to work properly. I think that'd be great. I think it's not a retirement fund, it's a game. And if people want to play it, that would be great if they could afford it. As well as I think if that cards were more affordable, that more players would be playing, which would be better for everybody because then, you have more people to play with. Tell me what you guys think of that idea. And do you think Wizards would lose money? Because I think if Wizards decided to do that, like these Masters sets that come out, they could basically sell a fuck ton of them because people would want these cards to play with. And then as far as the tournament grinders, they would need to get the original copies because you could make these cards not tournament legal. Um, and besides, I don't really think a deck should really cost more than $50. You know, it lets people have more of a collection. They can still spend like the most expensive card in your deck should maybe be $5 to $7, and it doesn't really make sense to have this deck runs 3 Jace the Mind Sculptor, so that's $300 for 3 cards. It's cardboard. It's just a game. That's ridiculous. Not You don't want to create a game that prices people out of playing it because the ones who can afford it always win that might not even be that good, and the ones who might be amazing players can't even play because they can't afford it. Now you get these cards that people can play test with and play at home with, and then they can test out their decks, and if they really are good and want to get competitive with it, they can then invest the money to get the cards that are tournament legal and then get into the scene. Um, but I do think it would ultimately drive down the cost of people's collections because so many people that collect, they think their card is so cool because they have $100 card. Like, I think the same thing. I love some of my cards that are expensive, but the only reason they're expensive is because there isn't an alternative for people that aren't collecting. They're just using them for play, and that's a part of the market that eats it up. And it's stupid. It's not a retirement fund. And then one of the worst things is there's these people that try to change the market, especially not so much with new cards, but older cards. They try to change the market by buying up, you know, reserve list cards like Tolarian Academy, maybe they'll have like 10 of them. Maybe they'll have 20 of them. And they'll just kind of suck the market dry, increasing the price, then slowly leaking them back out at a profit. There's people that do this. Card Kingdom's one of those things. I'm pretty sure there's a cartel between Channel Fireball, TCG Player, Card Kingdom. There's some other people that invest in Magic as if it's stocks, and that just kind of ruins it. It's a game. It is a game, and yes, you can make money off it, and I think that's really cool that people do. But I don't think that's what the game is supposed to be about, and I think it's kind of against the spirit of the game. Um, I'd love to hear what you guys think. If Wizards decided to create like an ultimate, repackaging of the game, would you guys just not? Would you guys buy these cards? Would you guys be upset? You can DM me. You can put it in the comments. Would you guys care really if your collections that you spent a bunch of money on that you're probably never gonna sell anyways, if they decide they went down in value even after you spent money on them? But on the other hand, any card you wanted would be affordable and you could play with your friends and there'd be more players to play with and you could have more decks and play with more power. Would that be okay with you? I mean, on the downside, your collections that you spent a ton of money on already, they would basically go down to nothing. Or maybe not even nothing. Maybe some cards don't get reprinted for a while. So maybe some cards stay. And knowing that your cards are being reprinted, maybe you could sell them. Or if you're in the tournament scene, then it won't matter. What do you guys think? I'm really hoping that Wizards gets on this. And honestly, I don't read the news about Wizards. I check some things out, but they came up with this mystery booster set, and it is supposed to have like 1,500 cards in it, tons of reprints, tons of them. But it looks like the value is still high. Um, and because a 1,500 card set, basically, if you were to buy a booster box, you're not going to get the mythic that you want. You'd have to buy like 10 booster boxes to get, for a chance to get the mythic you want. But they're reprinting Demonic Tutors in it. They're reprinting Mana Crypts. They're reprinting so many good cards. And if they do one of these every year, then they're basically doing what I'm saying. The only difference is they have a little tiny thing in the corner, like it has the original set, and then it's got this little thing down here on the side that says like Mystery Booster. And then besides that, they're doing these, they just came out with this thing where they're going to do like 20 card packs and they'll be themed. Like this one's vampires. So it's got a lot of reprints in it. Like this one's vampires, this one's unicorns, this one's pirates, this one's cats. So there's going to be a lot of reprints, but not really a lot of chase cards. So like you're not going to see in the, Thought Seizes are reprinted into these mystery boosters. But I really do hope that they reprint the shit out of all of these cards. They make everybody who cornered the market, like Card Kingdom and all the people that were greedy and hoarded all the cards and drove up the price. I hope that they realize that that's not, like, it's bad because I don't want their businesses to go out and I want there to be a place where you can buy cards. But I also don't think that it's cool when greed takes over. I understand that's how businesses run. And, you're pricing the game out of existence for people. And on the other hand, you could say that, well, you don't have to play with powerful cards. You could just buy starter decks and play with those, and that's true. But I don't know. I don't think that's cool. It's just like video games, like if in Call of Duty, you can buy certain things like skins or things that don't affect the game and you want to pay money for it, that's fine. You want to buy flashy sleeves or deck boxes and stuff like that, totally cool. Pimp your stuff out. But whenever you get into a situation where you can pay to win, where it's like, we both bought starter decks. I don't really feel comfortable spending more than $20 on my deck because it's just, a game I want to play with my friends. And you've got a friend that says, yeah, I spent $20 on a deck, but then I went on to Card Kingdom and spent another $50 to upgrade my deck. And now every time we play, I win. It sucks when you can just pay to win. It really does. I think it ruins the spirit of the game for a lot of people. So I know I've repeated myself probably 4 times now. But I kind of want to hear what you guys think. Like I said, leave it in the comments. Go ahead and subscribe. I'm gonna keep continuing to make videos here. Like, comment, subscribe, share the video. If you have friends, talk to them. Maybe get their opinion. Let me know. And if you also know anything about some sets that are coming up here soon, that have reprints, then go ahead and tell me about that too. I'm curious, and I'll end up reading some of the news and probably make another video here soon about the reprints that will be coming up in this mystery booster. All right, thanks again. Have a good night, guys.